What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here, bringing you some more Series 13 battles with live commentary. Today we are checking out this really cool team featuring Celebi, and this was built by a content creator named Johto Skater Dre. I'll make sure to leave his channel down below. Also should have an annotation up top. Definitely make sure to check him out. This team is super cool, and he makes a lot of really fun content. So talking a little bit about the team itself, first of all is the star of the show, Celebi. I love our little onion fairy. It is, honestly, it makes me happy. I really love this Pokemon. I'm glad that we get to show it off. And it's a really cool set, right? It's got Thunder Wave, Ancient Power, Leaf Blade, and Trick Room. And so it has a lot of really good support, right? It has that speed support, or that speed control for Calyrex. It has Thunder Wave for things like Zacian that can give us some issues. And it has Ancient Power to trigger the weakness policy on Yveltal. So next up, like I said, is Yveltal. So this is a really cool set, right? A weakness policy, really aggressive variant with Sucker Punch, Oblivion Wing, Dark Pulse, and Tailwind. So the idea really, right, like you can go for T-Wave with Celebi turn 1, set up a Tailwind, then go for Ancient Power. You have a lot of really good options and synergies between these two. And Celebi obviously really doesn't like Calyrex, but you know what does? That's right, Yveltal. So a lot of good flexibility there, and I think these two are a really solid core. Next up is Zacian. We all know what Zacian does. I don't really need to talk about it. It's 3 attack with Play Rough instead of Substitute. It's great. We know what it does. It's the best Pokemon. Yeah, we've talked about it enough. Next up, my personal favorite in Assault Vest Kyogre. Always brings me happiness to see one of those. So once again, a pretty standard set, right? Origin, Pulse, Ice Beam, Water Spout, Thunder. Really a solid max candidate, but also really good outside of max thanks to just having a lot of powerful damage. So we have a lot of flexibility, not only in who we max, but like, yeah, in terms of who we max. Next up, Whimsicott. So a lot of support here. And so this one, having Charm really to help with Zacians. Another form of Tailwind, right? We have just so much speed control on this team. We have 2 Trick Rooms as well as 2 Tailwinds. So really, whatever mode you want to go, if it's fast, it's fine. If it's slow, it's fine. We got it. So really good tech there. And then finally, Calyrex. Once again, a Pokemon we all know and love. We know what it does. It gets under Trick Room, it clicks the funny ice move, and it KOs everything. So this is the team. Like I said, we will have the creator's description down below, or link down below. And with that, let's just get rocking and rolling and move into the first game. All right, battle number 1, and it is Whimsicott with Yveltal, Calyrex Shadow, a Zacian, Regieleki, and Groudon. So I really like Celebi Yveltal here. I think it's really strong. We definitely want that Assault Vest. And probably the Zacian in the back. We could also go hard in the Trick Room with... I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to leave the option to go hard in the Trick Room with Calyrex. It just is a little tricky because of the fact that... what is the word? We don't necessarily have a good answer for Zacian. I mean, we do have Kyogre. So we potentially just have to max it and go for that. But I think it's still fine. And as we're getting into things, definitely make sure to subscribe. We are working our way towards 1 billion subscribers, and we really can't get there without you. We definitely are trying to do a lot for Scarlet and Violet, so be on the lookout for that. So yeah, let's see what's going to happen here. I think that there are a couple different interesting options for the lead, and we can kind of see. Yeah, we can see what is best and adjust. I do like the fact that we do have the flexibility of Trick Room, but we are not necessarily bound to it, as we are going to see Whimsicott Calyrex. So this is really good for us, right? We have Yveltal, which can just threaten with a Sucker Punch immediately. We have the ability to set up what's it called? A Trick Room. So even if you want to go for a Tailwind, we have a way of dealing with that. And I think that that's really going to be our best bet here. So I'm very fine to click a Trick Room button, as well as go for a Sucker Punch onto this Calyrex, right? I think, yeah, Trick Room really going to benefit us here, especially with Calyrex, as we are going to see it failing. Interesting. So we could see, it looks like a reversal of Trick Room, as we're going to see Imprison instead. So that, you know, is definitely unfortunate, right? We can't use Trick Room. I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave, though. And just keep going for Sucker Punch. If we get the Thunder Wave off, right, we do have the ability just to go for the, what's it called, to go for the max. We're going to see a Protect come out, doing a really good job here at trying to stall me out. I actually don't you know, when it comes down to it, I don't really have a reason to be going for Sucker Punch. I don't know what's going to come my way. This is really big for us, right? You're going to trigger my weakness policy. That actually did a lot more than I would have liked, if we're going to be real here, but it's fine. I'm going to go for... let's go for an Ancient Power here, and then let's just go for a max. One of these has a Sash, and I'm assuming it's going to be the Calyrex, given the fact that we saw the Protect and the Imprison. So I'm going to just go for the Airstream here. We know it only has one attack, right? Because it sealed off my Trick Room, so it only can go for an Astral Barrage, which we should be able to survive with Celebi, thanks to that Focus Sash. So being able to double up into the Yveltal, I mean, not the Yveltal, the Calyrex, and get rid of it is going to be huge. We are going to be a little bit lower than I would like on my Yveltal, in all honesty. But that's fine for us, right? This is actually totally fine. We're going to see the Astral Barrage. Celebi is going to go down to its Sash. And this is going to let us get the KO onto the Calyrex, and more importantly, get set up right for a solid endgame, as we will fire off the Ancient Power, like I said, just to break that Sash on the Calyrex, as the Airstream going to come out here definitely will be more than enough to finish off. Top 10 things I did not see coming. I should have just gone for the Dark. I thought the Airstream at +2 would be enough. So that's a really big deal. They also do get the special attack drop, which this is bad. I was hoping to get the knockout so we could get rid of the Whimsicott the subsequent turn. I have to, okay, I can bring out Calyrex here. I think we have to bring out Calyrex here, right? You're probably going to bring out a Zacian. That is what I expect. We are going to see a Regieleki. So, Regieleki is fine if we can set up Trick Room. We have a really good shot at coming back into this. I'm going to go for the Trick Room, and I'm going to go for a max Darkness onto the Aleki. You could max Lightning into the Calyrex, and Moonblast the Yveltal. If we survive, we have a chance. This should be the Aleki, right? Because if we can get Calyrex under Trick Room with Kyogre too, right? I feel really good about our position in terms of just pure raw damage, especially if we get Kyogre 2, right? Water Spout, Glacial Lance should pretty easily just wipe out everything. Charm is not ideal. It is not the end of the world. We will see the Lightning come out going into the Yveltal. That's totally fine with me. Like I said, we do have access to Kyogre in the back. And so being able to utilize that Water Spout, like max Water Spout, should really help us out. The issue though is Calyrex is going to be at -2, but I think we can still do a lot of damage here. No more Light Screen. That's nice. That's actually really going to help with a Water Spout. And so now the big question is, I think I have to go for a high horsepower into, yeah, let's do a high horsepower onto the Aleki, as well as go for a Water Spout, right? We saw the Imprison on Calyrex, so I don't expect Whimsicott to have Trick Room or Encore. I mean, if it has Encore, we lose. There's just no thing to that. We're gonna see the Whimsicott actually withdraw. Probably Zacian coming out here. It's going to be Groudon, so that essentially seals the game, right? Because now you are going to take significantly less from this attack. if we okay, let's see here. High horsepower, how much are you going to do? Nowhere near enough. And so this water spout, unfortunately, I mean, it does a really big chunk. In all honesty, we're gonna see the lightning going into that ogre. Who saw that one coming? Not a chance of survival here. But we do have Glacial Lance. Okay, so if we KO the Groudon with Glacial Lance, survive the Alecki, I think we can come back and win this. It very much depends on how much we're gonna do with this Glacial Lance into the Groudon. We are at -2, but this is stab and super effective, and it is Calyrex. So this is really our only shot. We need to KO. Yeah, if we KO the Groudon, we survive the Regieleki attack. It's no longer max. It's just a Whimsicott, which should not have Protect. We got partially there. Can we survive this max lightning? I want to say yes, mainly because I am hoping, and not necessarily because I think it's going to happen. Please live, please live, please live, please live. That's just, nope, that went way too fast. So unfortunately, we're not going to get it. I think we could have been a little bit more weary of the Groudon, but it still is a tough one. I'm glad we were able to do a lot with Lettuce. I should have just immediately attacked with Max Darkness. I did not expect the Calyrex to live. I don't think anyone did. That would have made a really big difference. But it's a tough one, but a solid first battle, and let's just keep rocking and rolling and move to the next one. All right, battle number 2, and it is Whimsicott, Kyogre, Amoonguss, Melmetal, a Yveltal, and a Groudon. So a good mix of speed similar to what I have. I really like Celebi. I really like Yveltal here, right? Being able to do that Ancient Power Airstream into the Amoonguss is very critical. I think we want Calyrex here just as a solid answer into things. And then probably, let's just bring Zacian as the last one. There's no reason to bring anything else, right? Zacian is Zacian. We luckily too with Amoonguss, or not with Amoonguss, with Celebi, avoid the redirection from Amoonguss, which is really crucial for us. And so, right, like that lets us say, hey, I'm still going to set up my weakness policy and get the Airstream. The big fear is a Focus Sash on the Amoonguss, which is definitely possible, right? Given what we've seen from my opponent's team. It could be Koba. Koba is also really threatening. So we are going to see Whimsicott Melmetal. So this is an interesting one, right? I don't really know what you want to do here. Right, we can go for, we can just, I mean, we go for the Ancient Power and we go for the Max Darkness. I'm gonna Ancient Power into the Yveltal. Max Darkness is neutral onto the Melmetal, so this should be enough to get the knockout. I don't think that Melmetal will outspeed Celebi under Tailwind, because one thing that I'm potentially concerned about, right, is if you Tailwind and double Iron Bash to KO my Celebi before we can get the weakness policy off. That being said, I think it's still fine. We do have a lot of heavy hitters in the back, right, and neither of these are super threatening into them. That's not true. I think we brought Calyrex. I don't actually know what we brought, which is entirely my bad. So yeah, let's just kind of see what's going to happen here. We're going to see the max. Okay, it is going to be the Melmetal. So that's actually good for us, because what that means is you cannot double Iron Bash. So that means that you cannot KO my Celebi this turn, which is really good for us because that does give us a potential T-Wave the subsequent turn. I don't know if we'll need it, but you know, it's always nice to have. We can also like break a Sash on Whimsicott, as we're seeing no Tailwind from the Whimsicott. And more importantly, it is slower than everything, so that suggests to me that you're going for a Trick Room here. Let's see how much this Darkness does at +2. It is Dark Aura boosted on. Oh, that is, I don't like that. I really don't like how little damage that did. We're going to get hit from the Melmetal, and we are then going to get Trick Room set up in our face. We're going to see a Hailstorm. So this is into the Celebi. Unfortunate for sure. But actually not necessarily the end of the world. Melmetal is slower than Calyrex. So I can't bring out Calyrex here. Gmax Melmetal we know is min speed. What do I have? Do I have a, what do I have? Is it Zacian? Okay, we're gonna bring out Zacian here. We can play rough into the Whimsicott and Darkness into the Melmetal, or we could double up the Melmetal. In all honesty, I don't think Melmetal can one shot Yveltal. So I'm gonna Blade into the Whims, and I'm gonna Darkness into the Melmetal. At -1, you're gonna go down. We should be able to survive a hit. Even if you go for a double. Okay, so we're gonna see the helping hand here. I'm actually fine if you. I need Yveltal to live. Please. I will take that. I will take 32 in a heartbeat. Because this lets us KO your Melmetal, and this lets us KO your Whimsicott. So we are going to be up. It is a little bit tricky, right? What we could do is we could go for a Protect with Yveltal, to stall out the last turn of Max, to give us Sucker Punch, which can help us like just deal with big threats, right? We still are at +2. We do have that Dark Aura boost, so that is actually not necessarily the worst strategy in the world of saying, hey, it's fine. We also do have Calyrex in the back, and there is a Trick Room up, so even then, right, we do have a pretty solid strategy of being able to click Glacial Lance. Let's just see what the 2 Pokemon in the back are for my opponent, as that really is going to determine should we go for the Max Protect, or the Max Protect? Should we go for the Protect, or should we go for oh? That's really bad. You probably spore. You probably spore my Yveltal and Precipice Blades. This is really bad. Pollen Puff. Interesting. Into the Yveltal. Okay, just going for the straight knockout. We should see a Precipice Blades. Perfect. I do not know what to do here. All honesty. That is really bad. I'm going to click Behemoth Blade onto the Amoonguss. You can miss your attacks. I'm going to go for a Sucker Punch onto the Groudon. Yeah, you can miss Precipice Blades. It's called Precipice Miss for a reason. Sucker Punch going to come out. Let's see how much this does. Not enough. Pollen Puff going to come out into the Yveltal. The issue now is that Precipice Blades is single target, and it will get the knockout. It is unfortunately going to connect, so Zacian going to go down there. Not a chance in the world. Okay, we do have Calyrex. So Calyrex, it is Life Orb Groudon 2. So we can bring out Calyrex here. In all honesty, yeah, okay. So it really is going to come down to how many turns of sleep do we get. That's just the way it works out. Unless, you know, this could be like Choice Specs Amoonguss. I have to click Glacial Lance here. You're gonna just put me to sleep, which is tricky. God, Amoonguss is so stupid. Yeah, we're gonna get put to sleep here. We are gonna take our mandatory turn of sleep. Let's see how much the Precipice Blades does. Yeah, so we are gonna be asleep here. We have to take 2 of them in theory. We're gonna see Stone Edge, so we do survive critically. That suggests to me you don't really have a 100% accurate move to hit me. So if I wake up this turn and you miss Stone Edge, if you miss Stone Edge or Precipice Blades, and we wake up, we win, which is like not the worst odds in the world. We're gonna see the Stone Edge. Unfortunately, it is going to hit. So just a little bit of a tricky spot there, I think. Yeah, the Amoonguss coming out at the end really put us in a bad spot. Which, you know, it is what it is. I was expecting to do a lot more to that Melmetal than we ended up doing. I think we should have tried, I was gonna say we should have tried to reverse the Trick Room, but we couldn't do that. The Melmetal really just had us pinned, so a little bit of an unfortunate one, but let's just keep rocking and rolling and play one more. All right, last battle of the day, and it is Zamazenta, Zekrom, Lugia with a Calyrex, Zacian, and Kyogre. So for the most part, Yveltal is really good here, right? The only thing we really have to worry about is going to be that Zekrom, and so I think the better option is actually to go for a Trick Room route. I like Zacian and Celebi here with Yveltal and Calyrex in the back. It does make their Kyogre a little bit tricky, but I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, let's kind of see what's happening here. I think that this is probably our best bet. It really will depend here. Like I said, the Kyogre is a little bit tricky, but I think Zacian can hold off enough where I can get it to work. So yeah, let's take a look at this. Sorry, I have like a couple things for work that I should be doing right now, and I'm really not. So no one tell my boss. It's fine. It's 1 minute, right? It's just one battle. It is a little hot. I'm gonna turn on my fan though. So let's see what we're gonna see here for a lead. Like I said, Trick Room I think is our best option. It really helps deal with that Zekrom, as we're gonna see Zacian and Zekrom. So right off the bat, our biggest threat. But what I think I want to actually do is I want to just try and set up that Trick Room and just go for a Blade. Yeah, let's go for a Blade onto their Zacian. My main thought process with that is if we can get it low enough where a Glacial Lance will take it out, we should be really golden. So I'm just gonna go immediately for a Trick Room here. Let's go for a Trick Room here, and let's just go for the Behemoth Blade onto the Zacian. The Zekrom I'm less concerned about because of the Calyrex. I do though need to get rid of Zacian, or at least, like I said, get it low enough where I can quick Glacial Lance and finish it off. So this should be our best bet, right? If we see a Protect, a little bit unfortunate, right? If you Protect and like Max Quake into my Zacian, we're gonna see the Zekrom though immediately max, so that is fine with me. One thing though that is a little bit concerning, especially when it comes to Zekrom and it maxing, there's this weird question of, is it physical or is it special? Everyone obviously expects it to be physical, but there are cases where people do run the special variant, so we're not out of the woods yet. They are going to hit us first, which is, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's going to go into the Zacian, which is totally cool with me. We do live perfect, really close here. So it doesn't matter, right? We are just going to be able to fire off our own Behemoth Blade and hopefully get it in range where we can bring out perfect. Okay, yeah, that is easily in Glacial Lance range. We're going to see the Airstream come out going into the Lettuce. I mean, it's an onion, but I call it lettuce. So that's perfect for us, right? We are going to trigger that Trick Room. And so we can now set up, okay, Life Orb is perfect. We will get the Trick Room up, which means that we can go for an attack onto their Zacian. You know, I'm going to try an Ancient, I'm going to Leaf Blade into their Zacian, and I'm going to go for a Play Rough. What does more? This is one, oh, because it's stab and super effective. Yeah, just trying to get some damage off. Right, like I said, we don't actually care about, sorry, Celebi. We unfortunately don't really care about either of these. We just need a free switch in into our Calyrex and hoping to get some good damage along the way. If we can get them both within range of a Glacial Lance, that's going to be huge for us. We will see the Protect. I think that's smart. Just right, trying to say, hey, I'm going to try and KO you with my Zekrom. And if you get that knockout, that's huge. If we can hit you first, which we do, awesome. Perfect. That's huge. That is absolutely huge. We're going to see the Lightning perfect into the Zacian, free switch out right into my Calyrex. And at this point, we can just click Glacial Lance into just everything. I don't see anything. Yeah, from this point, we have enough turns of Trick Room left. Those are making me happy. Let's bring out Calyrex here. right? And now you just went for protect with Zacian. We can just say, hey, I'm gonna Glacial Lance, and we're gonna do that until we run out of turns of Trick Room, and then we're gonna figure out where to go from there. But in the meantime, right, we have how many turns left? We have 3 turns. Yeah, that is a ton. I'm just gonna click Leaf Blade into Zacian in the event that it switches out. I'm gonna click Glacial Lance. There, like I said, there's no reason to click anything else. We are more than fine to get a double knockout this turn, and I think if we do, we should just be able to click Glacial Lance into whatever comes out. Because okay, we're gonna see a Max Guard. Max Guard is fine with me. We are gonna see the Zacian fail the double, so good for us, right? Unfortunately, we are only going to be at +1 this incoming turn, but we will at least get rid of their Zacian, which is going to be really good for us, as we will now be at +1. They don't have an Incineroar. They have a potential Kyogre in the back, but Calyrex at this point, right, should go down to us as well, so we can survive an Astral Barrage. It could be Specs, so it might actually make more sense to double up into it, going for 2 attacks. So that way, even okay, yeah, we are going to see the Calyrex come out here. So this really suggests to me that you are going to be Focus Sash. We do have Yveltal, but I don't necessarily want to risk it. I'm going to actually also go for the Leaf Blade instead of going for a Hailstorm. Yeah, I'm going to click Leaf Blade onto the Calyrex and go for a Glacial Lance, just because if I can keep Celebi around, I would like that. We have Yveltal in the back, so I'm really not worried. Zekrom going to unfortunately get the double protect. So I think my opponent's strategy right now is just to protect as much as they can, trying to finish off this Trick Room. And so the question now is, how many turns of Trick Room are left? Zekrom, yeah, this should be one more. Right, it's one more turn of Trick Room. I'm fine to do the exact same thing here. If you go for the doubles, which you might, right, I can just max Calyrex. We're going to see the Calyrex actually switch out going into the Kyogre. So this is fine with me, right? If we can get rid of Zekrom, we can just bring out, what's it called? Yveltal. And from there, right, we have a pretty easy pin. So yeah, no survival there. We will just get a nice little Glacial Lance. We can then the subsequent turn just max into the Calyrex. Really solid damage into the Kyogre, right? Like that was at, I mean, it's only at +1. And so at this point we can go for the Hailstorm. We unfortunately will lose our Celebi. Unless we can do it. Dude, did we just KO a Kyogre? We just one-shot Kyogre with Celebi. Amazing. No, I mean, we didn't one-shot it. But you know, that was really cool. I'm going to switch out into Yveltal, and I'm just going to Hailstorm into the Calyrex. And that way, right, we can seal it up, and more importantly, we can make it so our Celebi does not die. So I'm going to click Yveltal here. I'm going to go for, I think I have to go for the Hailstorm, as much as I would like to not max. If it is, oh, I was going to say, if it's Specs Calyrex, we know it's not. So, you know, a little bit of a waste, but it's fine here. We could potentially see an Imprison, just trying to stall out, but I think with Dynamax, right, we should have this pretty locked down. We guarantee to break a Sash if it is Focus Sash, and then at this point, right, we do have access to Yveltal, where we can go for a Sucker Punch, or we can go for a Dark Pulse. I can just go for a Sucker Punch, right, because I have Calyrex hitting through Protects. It could be a Will-O-Wisp. I don't think it's going to be a Will-O-Wisp. We will just see a straight Astral Barrage. So that should more or less be the game, right? I can't see this turn. Yeah, it's definitely not going past this turn. This is a +2 stab, single target max. We're going to bring it down to its Sash, right? And yeah, with that, we're just going to wait until the Hail animation finishes things off. So that's, you know, a solid position to be, right? Luckily, it is the fastest thing on the field, so it is going to go down. So overall, a really fun team. I wish I had done it more justice. I think I just ended up in a little bit of awkward positions at time, which is on me, but I'm really glad I got to use Celebi. Definitely make sure to check out the team creator, and we will continue to go through all the mythicals. And with that, until next time, I hope all of you